Left this guy's office at 5:09. Look who I see waiting for me here. None other than the police. See, this is the racist shit I'm talking about, bro. Just left this guy, Dan Bulkley's office. Tried to explain my situation to him. He pretended like he didn't know what was going on. And this is vehicle 40, what vehicle number is this? You could probably give me a ticket for pulling over to the road, but let me get out of here anyway. As you can see, this is how they stalk me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull extra over and act like something's going on with my car, so he doesn't have a reason to think. Or to bother me. Mind you, police are never sitting here. Ever on this little strip of road. This is how they stalk you. This is how they're stalking me. See? This is all for me. Vehicle 22 OR. Vehicle 22. Yeah, I see you. See, he's watching me. Vehicle 22. That guy just totally wanted to get information out of me as to what have I done so far, who have I talked to. And I made a mistake. I should not have told him too much. You guys think you scare me, man. You don't scare me. And that's what this is all about. These racist white police officers and law enforcement folks who are stalking me every minute of every day, everywhere I go, taunting and stalking me like they're gonna lynch me or something, or you know, hey man, you're just distracting me is all you're doing. Not putting fear in my heart. So let me just document what just happened. At 5 p.m., I left the office of, his name is Dan Bulkley, B-U-L-K-L-E-Y. He is the pistol permit instructor who I took his class to become a licensed concealed carry owner 2 years ago. And in speaking with him, I wanted to send in some paperwork to the state of Florida to get obviously the coverage of all the additional states that I can, either Florida or Utah. And he invited me into the office 2 days ago to check the paperwork from the class that I took 2 years prior. And upon looking it over, he was like, yeah, this should all still be good. You literally have the certificate, you did everything, you have the prints, blah, blah, blah. I would just call the state of Florida to make sure that the prints are still good, is what he said. Or, if it's not, then I'd have to get fingerprinted again and send it in. But I paid him and did everything right, so I don't have to come out of pocket for anything else. Okay? In doing so, after that, he had another two gentlemen that were showed up, or they got there same time I got there. Two weird-looking white men who looked like they were also some type of, they were constantly watching me. And I kind of shared with Dan. I was like, listen, can I run something by you and just, bounce something off of you based on a personal situation I'm going through, blah, blah, blah. He said, sure. So that's when I began to share with him what I'm going through as far as the stalking and all this stuff and, the harassment by the police. And he said, well, I have a class now with these two guys, but, you're welcome to come back. No, he said, call me tonight, which was yesterday night. He told me to call him at around 8 o'clock. He said he's done, his day's over around that time, and he would be more than willing to speak to me. So I did call him about 8:30 last night, and I told him immediately, I said, listen. But then he wanted me to he took another picture of me, and he charged me $15. But he sent me his Cash App information for me to make the payment, which I made throughout the day before I called him at 8:30, right? I think I made it around like 5 o'clock or something. Because I stopped in his office around I think it was early in the morning, 11 or 10, somewhere like that. So when I called the guy at 8:30 that night, yesterday night, I asked him, I said, Dan, did you get the payment? He said, oh, thank you, I did. I said, no problem, thank you for the feedback, thank you for looking over the paperwork and letting me know that I should be all set. So here's the other thing I said to him. I said, listen, I don't feel comfortable, based on what I shared with you earlier, I don't really feel comfortable having this conversation on a phone. I said, if there's another day and time that you have some free time, we can grab a coffee, or I could come back to the office and we can sit down, if you give me a couple minutes of your, give me your open ear for a couple minutes, I can share with you in person what I'm going through. He was, oh, well, yeah, that can work. Let me check my calendar. And he looked at his calendar and said that, he'll be pretty much booked out until next week, until Valentine's Day, February 14th. It's a possibility he'll be in the office on Saturday of this week, but his schedule is completely full until about 10 a.m. on February 14th. I said, sure, I'll stop by on February 14th, no problem. So that was yesterday. We agreed, hung up. He calls me today. Right now the time is 5:18. He calls me today, I want to say around 2 p.m. saying, hey, listen, you know what? On second thought, I'm going to have about 3 to 4 hours of time. I'll be in the office from 2 to 3 till 5:30 today because, I got, all of a sudden he has free time now, right? So, yeah, I know you wanted to talk to me, so, you're welcome to stop by. We can sit for a little bit and talk. Okay. I said, yeah, no problem. So now, I got to his office around 4:35 p.m. today and shared with him everything that's going on. The guy literally, you could tell, just pretending like he didn't know anything. And when I say didn't know anything, he's just very insensitive, pretending like there's no such thing as racism, pretending he actually has a black wife. You know, he didn't even want to call his wife black. He said, yeah, she has a lighter shade than you. Meanwhile, the guy's a skinhead, completely bald. He looked like one of them skinhead, low-key skinhead guys, right? I never knew he was bald because every time I say he had his hat on. But it's just he made me feel so uncomfortable in our small little time together where, you know, somebody just plays completely dumb. Like, he goes, oh, you know, usually there's a reason why law enforcement... I said, yeah, ideally there should always be a reason, but, you know, let's not pretend like there isn't corrupt police walking around, right? He tried to like, no, that doesn't happen. I'm like, what the... Are you, like... So, all this is intentional, right? But then he starts to try to milk me for information as to who did I talk to so far, whoever I reported. So, no, I'm starting to put two and two together. It's like this guy must have talked to his cop buddies. And they're like, yeah, you know, have him come in today and just see if you can get some info on him as to who he's talked to, blah, blah, blah. Before I pulled into the guy's driveway, another police officer in an all-white vehicle in his town literally circled my car. I asked him, I said, do you ever notice an unmarked Crown Victoria vehicle in your town? No. So my point to him was, listen, man, I'm not here to complain to you and, like, you know, kvetch to you about my personal issues. I'd rather make this a productive meeting. This is what I said to him at the top of the meeting. I said, listen, the only reason I approached you yesterday was because I thought when I initially took the class with you that, you know, some of these guys had prior law enforcement experience. They used to be former cops, military types, right? I said, yeah, that's why, you know, we've always had a positive experience. And I thought that's, you know, that was your background. So I was hoping I could probably gain some insight as to feedback as to why this is possibly happening to me, right? Again, he just played dumb, like, no, I don't have any background in that, and no, man, like, no. Not even sympathetic dumb, but just like straight poker face, no smiling, no emotion, just like intense staring at me, like somebody watching someone they want to, like, you know, like, it's just weird, man. Just like staring at me without even blinking, right? And pretending to be so oblivious that there's even a remote possibility that there's something at play here. Then he uses different, like, you know. So I said, listen, you know, at the end of the meeting, I was like, listen, hopefully you don't hear about me on the news, right? I said, no, I said, thank you for your time and, you know, everything you did, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the pleasantries. I exchanged all that. Well, I said, yeah, thank you, I appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And as the last thing I said, I was, you know, kind of joking. I said, listen, hopefully you don't hear about me. I was in a joking way, I said it. Like, hopefully you don't hear about me, you know, on the news in a bad way or something bad happening to me, blah, blah, blah. I was like kind of joking. You know what the guy says to me? He goes, he laughs. He goes, yeah, that would be unfortunate. But yeah, you know, what did he say to me? He said something like, oh, like almost being condescending, like, yeah, you know, you've always been, like, you've always did good, is what he said. You've always done good with our experiences together, so I've always had a positive experience with you. So yeah, hopefully nothing ever happens to you. I'm like, what the fuck did this guy just say? I've always done good with our interactions together, and yeah, hopefully nothing happens because of that. I said, so I responded to him, I said, listen, well, that has nothing to do with anything. I said, you're a human being, I'm a human being, we're all human beings out here, we're all trying to be the best we can be, live our lives, so hopefully nothing ever happens to you, despite how whatever interaction and experiences you have with another person or me or whatever. It's like, that has nothing to do with the point. You know what I mean? And he goes, oh, he catches himself, oh yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Bad choice of words. Yeah, you're right. Like, what the, like I'm performing and, you know, like, oh my gosh, good little boy. You know, good boy. You've been good. You've done well as far as how you speak, your articulate. That's how he's kind of come off to me. And yeah, because of that, you've done good, and I don't dislike you because you've done good in your performance of being articulate, and hopefully nothing ever happens to you, because that's how he was coming off. So he called himself like, yeah, you know, bad choice of word. Like, so now I'm leaving the office. Literally, when you saw that cop pulled over to the side, I just left the guy's office 1 minute ago. Just down the street, I come out and the cop's sitting there waiting. One passed me, hovered around me on the way to, pulled in the parking lot. Boom, this guy's acting playing dumb. And he's like, he looks like one of those low keys, you know. Oh my gosh, it's just so unfortunate, bro. And then leaving the office, you have the orange police cruiser, number 42, sitting there at the side of the highway. All for me. And now I'm back in the town of West Haven. And I'm pretty sure they're going to start coming out because they know I'm back here. Because they know exactly where I'm at all times. You know what I mean? However they're tracking my vehicle, they're doing it. But my I got to get out of this country, man. There's just too much racism, bro. Too much stealth racism. Because there's different forms of racism. There's overt racism. These guys are skilled at the art of what's called stealth racism. See, there he goes. There goes another one. See? He knew I was passing him, so I'm going to pull into the gas station. You'll see this cop car on camera. This is vehicle, what, 48, I think? One of the ones that always stalk me. No, this is 56. See? They park where I can see them, wherever I'm going. Boom. Told you. And I guarantee he's in the vehicle and not in the store doing anything. See? These guys are skilled in the art of stealth racism. And stealth racism is a term that means you are able to be racist and all the other stuff and just pretend like you're not. It's hidden. It's hidden racism. You hide it pretty well. Right? Now, racism doesn't mean that you've done something to me yet, right? No. I'm not saying that you've done something towards me in action yet. They pulled me over a couple times for no reason. And when I asked them why, you know, why on the window, you know what they said to me? Oh, did you call us? The last time they pulled me over. That's what they wind on the window. I'm thinking they're going to say, like, you know, you got a brake light out or something. Or she flashes her flashlight at me. She looks at me. It was a lady cop, white lady. And they pulled me over in front of West Haven City Hall because I was going into the building to go to the land records department over a case that I have, an appeal in the system with the Appellate Court of Connecticut over foreclosure fraud. They had the balls to pull me over, literally, like, they don't care. So I can't even say they had the balls because they're all working together. But they pulled me over right in front of the building of West Haven City Hall as they knew I was going into the building to go to the records department. And I wound down the window, and I was on the phone with someone. I told them, stay on the phone, just so you can listen. Just in case, you know, my interaction is a poor interaction or a bad experience, because I'm always going to be respectful to police, right? I'm not one of those types who, like, to me, that's just unprofessional. They pull you over, they come to your vehicle, whatever. Be respectful, man. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a smart ass, because there's nothing to gain from being that way, right? Just be respectful and comply, and but be firm and still, like, can I help you? Did I do something wrong? So the moment, it was two cruisers who pulled up in back of me. They pulled me over. She walks up to my car. It was vehicle number 44 and vehicle number 46 that day. And I wound down the window, and that's exactly, she was the leading officer. She says to me, "Oh, did you call us?" So I'm shaking my head. I'm like, "Did I call you?" She said, "Yeah, someone just called us and they said it was an accident on the road." Meanwhile, you look at the road, there's no cars that look like they've been in no accidents. And I'm in front of City Hall. Here it goes again. See? Boom. Hovering. Right? And I go, "No, I didn't call you guys." She said, "Well, don't worry about it." But what she wanted was just to see my face. That's what they wanted. because my car is, I have tinted windows, so I had to no choice but to get tinted windows since I've been going through all this harassment. I want a little privacy, you know what I mean? And she goes, well, yeah, somebody called. She's grinning and laughing like it's funny. And instead of pulling out, they go back to their vehicle. Instead of pulling out forward and going around me and continuing with their business, you know what they did? They backed up and made a U-turn from the rear of the vehicle and went in the opposite direction. So they knew they did that because they didn't want me to get the vehicle numbers, right? What I should have done, I wasn't thinking in a moment, I should have gotten their badge numbers and everything, but I didn't do it. I was kind of flabbergasted. I'm like, did I call you? That's the last time they pulled me over. Just taunting, harassing, stuff like this, man. Again, ain't no skin off my back if this is all it's about. Because if you're just trying to harass me and intimidate me, that's one thing. With your ambulance trucks, they use ambulance trucks to threaten me, right? But as an African-American male in a racist country with the highest, like the year of 2021 was the highest year on record, in most recent record, of the number of police-involved killings in the history of this country. It's just flabbergasting how people don't know what's really going on because the data is not being reported, and you got to dig and really search to find the information. But there's organizations out there like the Southern Poverty Law Center who reports on some of this stuff, and even they complain that this is a federal mandate from the federal government that mandated across all of the states that each municipality and town and their police departments are supposed to report into the federal government as to the number of homicides and blah, 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 all these police-involved killings that's happening in each town and each state throughout this country. You know what the Southern Poverty Law Center said? The great majority of them are not abiding by the federal statute. Can you believe that? The great majority of police departments in different towns and different states throughout this country are refusing to comply. And only a small minority of them are actually reporting. So that's how they can get the number as to what they're saying is the highest. We don't really know how many are actually happening because they're not really telling you. But from the basic information that they have from certain databases, they're saying, yeah, compare year over year comparison in prior years, 2021 was the highest year on record of police-involved killings. And out of that, like maybe 2 of them out of the thousands were ultimately convicted. We just saw in the news, Tyree Nichols, God rest his soul, beaten to death. George Floyd, killed. So if you think as a black man, I can just sit here and chalk it all up to just simple harassment. Here's another one, see? Just drove by. That would not be too wise of me. This has all been a learning experience. Here's another one, just drove by. Boom. Sometimes they drive by, they park next to me, especially at late at night when there's no traffic on the road and it's completely empty. There's no vehicles. You'll see like 5, 6 of them. From intersection to corner, they'll just hover around me, follow behind me, tailgate me. Like, this is where our tax dollars are going? Anyway. That's the whole point here. So in this meeting with this guy today, he's going to tell me, well, yeah, you know, and he wasn't even talkative. He wasn't even interactive. He was just like you could tell he was, you know, and I fell for it a little bit. I shouldn't have given him so much information as to what I've done so far because he kept asking me, who have you reported this to yet? And so, you know, he must have talked to his cop buddies yesterday, invited me in today just to fish me for information to know exactly what have I done about anything so he can go back and report to them what actions I've taken and who have I talked to, if I've talked to any civil rights group, blah, blah, blah. See, they all stick together and share information. Right? There's another one, Orange. Orange police just drove by in a silver SUV. They drive by in marked vehicles, unmarked vehicles, plain clothes, uniformed, constant stalking all throughout my day. They come into stores, they stand up there watching me, and I've had witnesses tell me, like, yeah, they've seen it. Certain officers, like, literally pretending to, be waiting to go to the bathroom, but they're watching me at the counter buy something. What is this all about? I don't know. I know one thing, as I keep saying, I cannot be foolish and assume that this is just about simple harassment or intimidation. Can't do that. Never make assumptions. Establish facts. Dig for insights. Try to get to the bottom of things. Never sit in the moment and assume that's all it is. Because next thing you know, you probably end up as a statistic. Because you didn't take action to dig deeper. Because you let yourself assume they're just messing with you. They're just bothering you. Not that they're stalking to kill you. Not that they're stalking me to kill me. Or to harm me. Or someone that I love, my family members. This has been quite an experience, man. You don't have any coffee rolls?
No. We don't have nothing.
People ate all that today?
Yeah. No, we don't got. Usually we got some extra in the back. We don't got that. Some people took like 3,000.
Really?
I bet it's 3, and then that's what they overturned.
I don't feel like going anywhere else, man. Shit. What am I gonna do?
You wanted a coffee roll?
I need something sweet. Yeah. How much are how much are these?
It depends. How many you got?
What's the minimum?
5, 10, 25,
5, 10, 25, 50. How much are 50?
50?
How much are they? Yeah.
Those are not no 50, but I can tell you how much it is.
No, I was just saying, I don't know how much the pricing is.
$11.99.
Oh, it's $10?
But we don't have it.
You don't even have that, yeah.
That covers.
I've never seen it this empty before. Wow.
This covers like 25.
I've just never seen your case so empty. All right, let me have a small, hot. What's up, brother? Good. Hot hazelnut. light and sweet with 3 shots of almond milk and 5 packets of stevia. That's it. How you been?
Okay. You're not doing munchkins? You don't want 5?
I'm a big guy. You see how tall I am? 5'10" ain't gonna help me. I need something big. Something like that's why I love the coffee rolls, but there's so much sugar. Like you only have the apple fritters? Nothing, right? Damn. Yeah, I'll take the. I don't know. 25 is not enough. How much is 25? Well, for the price, I'm not going to eat. I'm not gonna pay like.
I could charge you 5. I could charge you 5 and you pay 25 when you pick up them regardless.
How much?
It'll go up to $4.81.
Total? With the coffee?
No.
Let's do it.
Deal?
See, I was waiting for the deal. See, I'm a master salesman. I told you that, man. You see, I set her up. You saw the setup? She's laughing. Didn't I tell you that? Or was it you or the other girl? I keep mixing you guys up.
It
See?
was me.
It was you, right?
This time it was me.
All right, cool.
You do be mixing us.
I don't come here that often.
Huh?
You know you guys look alike, man. You guys look like sisters.
I know.
Man.
I was thinking, a lot of people think we're like related. I'm like, she's my friend though. Like we're like this.
I gotta see her again because y'all look too much alike.
The only difference,
Unless I haven't seen her in a while or
yeah,
something.
the only difference is I'm not pregnant. She was pregnant. That's our difference.
You guys are both in high school? You're in high school, right? Oh, you're over 18.
I'm 18.
You're 18? Probably my stalkers. Oh, I got stalkers all over the place.
Hi! What you guys doing here? I was like, I looked at y'all like, I know those people.
I know you looked at me like you didn't even recognize. Oh shit, I didn't even. Oh my god.
What am I gonna do? See, those are interactions I like having every day. Normal reactions with people. Having to deal with these white supremacist guys, man, in law enforcement uniforms. It's just too stressful, bro. Who wants to wake up every day dealing with this crap? They make everything just... We all want to have normal reactions with each other in society where we can all get along and joke and help each other out, be playful. These guys, nah. They just want to be stealth racists and watch your every move and stalk you. And don't say nothing and keep a poker face and watch your every move and wait for their opening because they think there's going to be an opening one day. No, there ain't never going to be no opening for you to creep up on me, bro. You're going to have to come through the front door. Comes the ambulance. See? Turn it off. You see they had it on? It was all for me. See, why do you turn the sirens off? Ha! Here you go. As soon as he got to my car, he turns it off. There's the other police officer parked over there in a lot over there. You see him? You'll see him on the way back. All day. I thought you were rushing to an emergency. Oh, you get to my vehicle, you turn it off. This is so unfortunate how a group of people can make this country really terrible. This is my opinion. It's just these, there's just a lot of racist people. I gotta find my word. I gotta choose my words carefully. I gotta be careful when I say things because I have nerve damage, which causes my speech to be affected sometimes. So I got to take my time in how I say things. How to say it is always important. It's the key in life, saying things the right way. Not just saying things to say things, right? Because you feel a certain way. And I have to always work on, or not even work on, just be aware of that. So catch myself and say it again. There was another police car. See that one over there? Just drove by me. I don't remember the point I was making before, so I'm trying to focus on the road as I drive. Here goes another one. Here comes another one. So they always wait till they see me coming. This one right here passing me by. Boom. That was for me. Because they know I'm coming down the road. Notice I'm trying to turn the camera using the windshield mount every time I see the car, so that way I can get the best shot. So hopefully that last one was in frame, that he picked it up. If you notice, he was parked and they know I'm coming down the post road, which is the main road. And pulls out from the spot. That was another one. And another one. That white one was one too. That white SUV. But that was an unmarked one. Or whatever the term is that they use. Unmarked. I think that's the right term, right? Oh boy. Time to get some food.